Hello guys, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys saw my last video, I tried to basically recreate a band by using an AI tool without providing the AI any of the original audio clips from a band and without mentioning the band directly. So basically just giving general directions. And I think most people got the gist that it was basically a lighthearted kind of video just to have fun and mess around a little bit with AI. But I got a comment that I think it was interesting, and I think it's worth for us to talk a little bit about what is creating music and to basically answer the question. Everything that AI creates is basically theft, or there is something else to it. And I think, first of all, any innovation when it comes to not only music, but also in music, is met with a certain kind of pushback. We can talk about synthesizers, we can talk about sampling, we can talk about electric guitars. It was never like something that it was widely approved by the community on a first glance. But I think they carved their way into the industry as they should. I wanted to kind of differentiate what we call creating music because we hold ourselves humans as being able to basically create music, to have this kind of originality when it comes to coming up with melodies, to portraying emotions, to writing lyrics and all this kind of stuff. But if we want to get like really into the nitty gritty of the conversation here, we need to think about like the Western music that we consume basically on a daily basis. I would say that probably 99% of us is listening to the same kind of Western type of music. It all comes down to 12 notes. Yes, everything that you hear are basically 12 notes. Those are the notes, I'll be showing them on the screen. But everything that you heard, like every melody, every harmony, every guitar solo, from the heaviest of the riffs to the cheesiest of the pop hooks, it's all the same building blocks, the same 12 building blocks. You cannot hold anyone or even the AI accountable for using those notes as it was theft. Otherwise, we had to basically arrest every single musician from Bach to Beyonce. So it makes no sense. We've stopped to think about the instrument choices that the bands use. Let's take rock bands for an example, okay? They are using guitars, bass, drums, vocals, maybe keyboards. And every kind of music genre will have what is like the standard instruments to use. And I don't see how this is stealing again. They are following a formula. And maybe if you want to call this stealing, then you should arrest a guy who is sitting on the drums doing a pattern that maybe some caveman already did by bumping sticks into rocks. Or maybe you should arrest the guitar player because someone back then figured out that if they tension a string hard enough and then pluck it, a sound would come out. Again, where is the line here? Like, we all grew up listening to music, like from the first lullabies that our parents sang to us, probably way out of key, through the music that we listen on the radio, the greatest hits that we listen throughout our teenage years. It's all like a part of what shaped our brains. Every single musician, every single composer, it's a product of their own musical environment. We all absorb melodies, rhythms, chord progressions. It's something natural to us. We are kind of like a sponge. And this can happen like consciously or unconsciously. And then when we go to create something, it's not like we're pulling something out of the void. We are transformed what it has been previously absorbed by us. We are remixing, reinterpreting, recontextualizing something, adding little changes into something that already existed before. It's kind of timeless conversation that has been going on through I don't know how many thousand years. If you paid attention on your chemistry classes during the school years, you are probably familiar with the name Antoine Lavoisier. And I'll bring it up because I think it's he coined a phrase that it embodies what I'm trying to say. Nothing's created, nothing's lost, everything's transformed. It basically applies to art, applies to music, basically to anything that you want to talk about in life. We talk a lot about the AI algorithm, but we as humans, we also operate in a kind of algorithm if you want to get like really technical about it. Whenever, for example, you pick up a guitar to play a new riff, your brain is essentially running an incredible complex algorithm. It's processing decades of music input that you've been consuming, recognizing patterns, recalling emotions. And then it's spitting out something that is new but also has been influenced by everything else that you heard. It's a transformation, a recombination of existing elements. You didn't create it. Now, when the AI algorithm operates in a pretty similar fashion, actually, it just has like a different kind of brain if you stop to think about it. It's fed massive data sets of existing music. It learns the patterns, learns the chord progressions, learns a few rhythmic structures, some melodies, and then whenever you put a prompt into it, it will perform a transformation of everything that has been fed to it. It's not so different when you stop to think about it. So where should we draw the line over here? I think this is probably the trickiest part. Because if a human musician, consciously or unconsciously, borrows a vibe, a chord progression, a melodic piece from an existing music, it might be called inspiration, homage, or maybe evolution, adaptation. But if AI does it, then it's just theft or maybe even destruction. The line actually is not about if something was inspired or has used existing material, because everything already uses it. I think that if there is a line, then we can say it's probably the intent of the original expression. And I think that's where humanity still has an edge. We still can provide like an unique layer of things that we went through. We can recall emotions more precisely. We can give more of that raw. We can give more of that raw emotional tone to our music in probably ways that are more unpredictable than what AI can do, at least for now. But the fear of the new is something that will always be stuck with us. I think a lot of this backlash about this being theft in the traditional sense is just kind of the fear of the unknown, or maybe the fear of having established industries being disrupted. The fears of the fear that maybe machines can create something like as uniquely and as originally as any other human. And as we learned in the past, maybe you are inclined to breaking machines in order to save human labor or saving human, whatever you want to call it. But let's just say the last time that we tried this, we kind of lost. So my take for all of this is basically AI isn't destroying music. It's a tool. It's a new tool. It's a new collaborator. It's a kind of a mirror that we can use that reflects the process that we use to create new music. And I know it might be not as comfortable as we want to, but I think it's worth to have this kind of tool. And I think more than if it is worth or not, I think by now it's something that we cannot avoid. And honestly, if you think AI is the one responsible for destroying music, you should see what your local band is doing at the pub right now. So basically, the main takeaway from this video is, liking or not, evolution will happen like it did with everything that humanity went through. AI is a reality, not only in music, but in every other aspect of our lives. It's already being implemented. We have already AI tools happening in music, not like Suno, but used for plugins that every producer is basically using in current productions and you don't even know. I think that you are entitled to your own opinion. You can for sure like this or not, but in the end of the day, I think this is something that is unavoidable. It will happen, and the best thing we can do is to learn how to master these tools. And again, that the kind of video that I did when I use AI to recreate something is just trying to make fun and have a lighthearted experiment here with you guys so we can all laugh a little bit. Don't take it too seriously. And again, you are entitled to your own opinion. Feel free to elaborate down in the comments. Maybe this can be like a longer debate. And I'm always open to change opinions and to admit if I think I'm wrong on something. But for now, that's the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. See you guys on the next one. Hope everybody's doing great. Bye.